Hey everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with you today with an article from Red State. This is dated August 9th, and it is entitled Former AOC Organizer Busted After Calling for Attack on Israel-Loving Zionists at Public School. Israel-Loving Zionists, aka all Zionists, and this kind of goes to show you the radicalism of the socialists in America, and hey, one of those is getting ready to be the New York City mayor, so this is not going to go over well. If you're Jewish, might want to look into getting out of New York. So it says, anti-Semitism has to be one of humanity's oldest and most irrational hatreds, but that doesn't mean it doesn't keep popping up. The latest example comes to us from Brooklyn, from a former organizer for Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who, we should note, had nothing to do with the event. The former organizer, one Iman Abdul, took to her X account to call for an attack on a public high school attended by Jewish students. Don't do that, and don't do that to any ethnicity of people. Because trust me when I say people are going to report that, and you're going to have a problem, as you're about to find out in her case. So it says a Brooklyn woman who worked as a youth organizer for Squad, Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, was arrested Friday on charges she urged her 25,000 social media followers to attack a public high school because Jewish students attend it. Iman Abdul, 27, is accused of posting a screenshot on Thursday of the location of Leon M. Goldstein High School for the Sciences in Manhattan Beach on Google Maps and a chilling caption. It says, if anyone needs a public school in New York City to attack for whatever reason, Lexus driving Israel, sick, because she meant to say Israel, because she's a smart person, says loving Zionists, and she wrote it as Zionists. And so good job there, moron. To all attend here, since deleted post said. And this is what these idiot Islamists like her try to do, and these anti-Semites, is they try to say like, oh, Zionists and Jews are different. I don't have any problem with Jews, but it's Zionists. They're basically the same thing. Okay, there's very little difference between those two things. Okay, just because you're a Zionist doesn't mean you're a Jew, but 95% of all Jews are Zionists, so the overlap is considerable. Just to give you an idea. So to keep going on here, it says, so Iman Abdul is apparently not only a hate-ridden bigot, but is also only marginally literate, which, as I was saying, says these two often seem to go hand in hand. And now she's in custody. So this is the FO portion of the FAFO equation here. It says the NYPD arrested Abdul at her Brooklyn home on Friday, charging her with making a terroristic threat, acting in a manner injurious to a child, aggravated harassment, and making a threat of mass harm. Oh no, that's just too bad. It says Abdul worked on the Democratic primary campaigns of socialist polls, AOC, and State Senator Julia Salazar in the summer of 2018. She was a paid canvasser for Salazar, the lawmaker told the Post. And, scrolled a little too far. Back up. It says local Jewish community members are rightly concerned. They've seen this before. Iman Abdul called for an attack on the school, after all, which may well be attended by children and grandchildren of that community. It says a map, a pin, a call to harm Jews, fellow New Yorkers, children, and teachers. This isn't just dangerous, it's evil. Jew hatred doesn't stop with a threat. It escalates. We need immediate and unequivocal action, Tova Plaut, a DOE pre-K staffer and Jewish activist, told the Post. I am outraged and horrified that a New York City school is publicly marked for attack simply because of its Jewish population, she added. NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch, who is Jewish, and the Department and Intelligence Unit were quickly alerted to the threat, sources said. And finally, Abdul tried to backpedal out of her initial remarks. I haven't read this part yet, and I'm looking away from it right now because I just want to say beforehand, I'm just wondering what kind of bullshit she's going to spew here to try to wiggle her way out of it. Like she's going to move the goalpost for herself. So let's see what she said. Because Abdul doubled down. Oh, she's doubling down in a direct message to stop anti-Semitism on her Instagram account at the NMXNA Abdul. So stop anti-Semitism, just so you know. They're actually pretty prominent on X. I've never had an Instagram, so I'm sure the message was the same on both platforms. But stop anti-Semitism is doing good work, in my opinion. So she says, I never called for an attack on the school in the sense of mass organization, or not even individual people attacking individuals. That's literally stupid. Why is the word literally there? It doesn't need to be. She wrote in a word salad response, yeah, you actually did. We saw it already. So they called for an attack on the school. Wait, so she's saying wait, hold on a minute. I never called for an attack on the school, and then the next quote on the third line says, I called for an attack on the school. Are you effing retarded, lady? I mean, I think that's a rhetorical question, but I'll finish her quote here. It says, the Zionist institution funded by our public dollars, we have every right to verbally attack. Oh, you're saying you only said to verbally attack it, but you didn't put that in your prior thing, so you're full of crap, and now you're trying to backpedal. yeah, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So then the author says, says, she wrote, if anyone needs a public school in New York City to attack for any reason, and it's hard to see that as meaning, oh, but I only meant you should go peacefully protest. Yeah, exactly. It says words mean things, and the word attack in this context especially carries a nasty connotation. More so, we presume, if you're Jewish. So yeah, this is what us Jews are going through right now, is that we have unhinged morons like this woman that are just like, hey, go blow up a school because it's a Jewish school, or go attack the school, okay? Like, you're not the good guy here, lady, and you should rightfully be charged for it, and I hope she does, and I hope whoever the DA is there, I hope it's not that Alvin Bragg guy or Letitia James, but somebody with, actual common sense can, charge her to the fullest extent of the law and makes her pay dearly, because she should. And set an example so that people don't do this stuff, because it's only a matter of time, if this keeps happening, that something bad happens. So let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.